I see you're wearing the ascot.
Yes.
Is that in support of Roland Martin? Because I like it. It's nice.
Who the hell is Roland Martin?
You gotta be kidding me.
From Washington, D.C., my man, Roland Martin. Good morning.
Time, Jonathan Wilkes, as well as Guy Torrey.
What's going on,
What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Looking forward this weekend to going to Connecticut for the Jeffrey Osborne Celebrity Classic.
Fun.
Yes, indeed. The 7th annual. And so looking forward to that.
You've done all of them, haven't you?
I've actually done 4 of them. I
Oh.
didn't do the first 3. I've done the last 4. And so looking forward to that. And no softball game this year because too many old heads got injured. So there will be bowling on Sunday.
Bowling?
There will be bowling on Sunday.
Bowling with
and
the old heads. Okay.
yes, the cats were pulling hamstrings, and it's like, this ain't what we do.
Now you're going to be those back muscles now.
Take it
Yeah,
aside.
absolutely. Yeah. Johnny Gill pulling his butt muscle again.
Did it straighten up that eye?
So looking forward to that. Glad to see Jeffrey. And, of course, I will be live streaming events Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with Roland Martin Unfiltered. So looking forward to that as well. All right, folks, let's get right into it. So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the 28-year-old first-time candidate, beats a Democratic incumbent in New York. And all of a sudden, you've seen all these stories across the country. Oh, it was socialism taking over the Democratic Party, and what's going on, and moderates are freaking out, and we're this lurch to the left. And I'm going, calm down. I said, well, let's reach out to my man, Cornell Belcher, top Democratic pollster. And Cornell, here's my piece. First of all, I love Ocasio-Cortez. Young, she worked her butt off, she won. But why do Democrats freak out over one person without realizing that was one race in New York that was different? Every race is not going to be the same across America.
Well, good morning, and first of all, thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate, love the show, because Democrats tend to freak out a lot about a lot of different things. If you look at that race, and you look at sort of what the platform that she ran on, and this idea of money over the people, and you look at sort of her from an issue standpoint, Roland, where is she out of line with where the majority of the American public is right now, right? If you're talking about expanding health care, and you're talking about getting big money out of politics, right, and this corrupting politics, all those things are very much in line with where the majority of Americans are, right? And we get freaked out by a label, right? I mean, she represents the American dream. I had the opportunity to meet her when she was doing Meet the Press a couple of weeks back, and she is young and dynamic and smart, and she is the American dream. We need more people who were bartenders and waitresses in Congress representing working people.
Cornell, are you walking around?
No, I'm sitting here in my house in Southeast
It sounds like you're walking.
It gets muffled and it goes in and out.
Your phone's going in and out there. So
I apologize.
So sit still.
Don't move.
So you have that going on, and then of course you have progressive candidates who are running. And the thing that I keep saying to people is that, look, you have to have people who fit the district they are running, the state they are running, because there are different type of voters in different parts of the country. What works in one area of the country doesn't necessarily work in another area of the country.
No, that's right. And look, Roland, she looks a lot more like that district that Crowley used to represent than Crowley does. And that district has changed a lot, right? And you see that in a lot of those New York districts. And I mean, the Wrangell district was another district that I worked in. And you could see that district changing and growing more Hispanic or Latino. And quite frankly, again, she looks a lot more like that district than Crowley looks like that district now. And I think we should embrace the diversity and not fight the diversity.
As you're looking at the crystal ball, you're looking at these races. I see that a generic Democratic candidate is up 7 points against a Republican. I'll take those with a grain of salt. But do Democrats have a good chance of taking over the House or the Senate in November?
You know, there are a lot of things that are lining up, and I hope I'm not going in and out. There's a lot of things that are lining up. And, you know, I was, as you know, when I was Howard Dean's pollster in 2006 at party chairs. And if you look at 2006, how we had a wave election in 2006, you see a lot of things lining up, looking a lot like we were in 2006. You had a congressional job disapproval in the 70s. You had George Bush's job approval dipping down into the low 40s, high 30s. You have broad dissatisfaction with the direction of the country. And you have all of that right now, but even more so with Donald Trump, where his job approval ratings hovering from 38 to 40, 42, right? But you also have something else going on, Roland, which I think is problematic for Republicans, and that is you have 61% of college-educated white voters disapprove of the job that Donald Trump is doing, right? And you've been seeing that trend line, particularly sort of led by better-educated women in the suburbs. You know, that is a dynamic that we didn't even see in 2006, where better-educated, especially better-educated women in the suburban districts were breaking away and completely breaking away from Republicans with such a great dissatisfaction. And it's not being driven by economics. It's not the economy, stupid. These women are ticked off about what's happening in this country, and it is not first and foremost about their pocketbooks. It's first and foremost about their values and old white men trying to take away their rights, right? So that dynamic is different. Now, the problem, I think, for Democrats is still this. There's still not a lot of difference between Republicans and Democrats, particularly among younger voters, right? You ask, younger voters, there's still too often see not a lot of difference between Democrats and Republicans. I understand Barack Obama won back-to-back majorities, which was something really difficult to do in a long time since a Republican has done that. And we picked up House seats and Senate seats also at the same time, but we had a rush of younger, more diverse people to the polls to rally around him. We failed to do that in 2016, and if we don't do that in the off year, I think it makes it harder for Democrats to be competitive across the board.
Eric Holder did Stephen Colbert the other night, where he said he's seriously considering running for president in 2020.
Eric Holder, run.
I actually reported that last year in June 21st, 2017 on News One Now. Just saying. And so we're now seeing more of the folks out there. You talk about Senator Elizabeth Warren, although these candidates are not saying it, but the fact of the matter is she's going to be running. Senator Kamala Harris, possibly Senator Cory Booker. Folks are trying to get former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick to run. Of course, there's Senator Bernie Sanders. There's Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, possibly Mitch Landrieu, New Orleans mayor. And so,
or is there somebody out there that we're not looking at who's coming through?
Cornell?
I think we're going to have a lot of good people run, right? And you certainly can throw, Vice President Biden is considering it. I would even, take a look at a guy like Congressman Tim Ryan, who a lot of people
out of Ohio,
as a young Joe Biden, right? Like Joe Biden, you got Tim Ryan, but he's like 20, 30 years younger, right? So you're going to have a crowded field, and I think that's good, right? I think the candidate who breaks through will be the candidate who can speak passionately to the divisions that are happening in our country and rebuild the Obama coalition, right? And that we seem to have forgotten in 2016. That candidate who can bring younger and brown people to the polls will win.
Folks, at the end of the day, we can talk politics. We can say who might win, but you have to vote. You have to register. You have to vote. The deadline in Florida is on Monday. Cornell Belcher, we appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And like I say,
thank you.
Vote or shut the hell up.
That's right.